the morning roundup. We got Dostoevsky. We have an Octoboy. We have filament that's too thick. We have a popsicle. We have an egg and a dinosaur. We have ice cream and a shake, and it is very close to die. And we got our Triceratops. Delicious bread. Just dropped off packages. It is the weekend for me. To be fair, it's the weekend for everybody. But I think this weekend, we're going to try to design a bunch of new big food. I think it's time to just put it into full gear. We're super caught up on orders. Everything's looking nice. I mean, I think it's gonna be a food-orama this weekend. I was really trying to design a chicken nugget earlier. It's so hard to make something that isn't a chicken nugget that, like, when somebody looks at it, they're like, that's a chicken nugget. Because chicken nuggets kind of have a shape that's identifiable, but not really. It just looks like a big, weird orange thing. Ah, great. Probably an international package that didn't clear customs or some crap. What? This does not make any sense. So this went to Britain. It says fake label and seller has to pay postage of $28.75. Buyer refuses to pay. Do not send back to buyer. Do not send back to buyer? Oh, the person that bought it. See, the thing that doesn't make sense about this, an international label for this large an item is not $28. And also, this is bought from Etsy. This is an Etsy label. The other thing is, if this was a fake label, this went to Britain. This went all the way to Britain. Like, you can't make a fake label and it go all the way to Britain, get scanned many, many times by many, many people, then it gets sent back. But also, like, the postage costs $28. Oh man, I know I'm gonna get blamed for this for some reason. This is what it's like to be an entrepreneur. You get blamed for things that couldn't even possibly be your fault. Like, there's no way to make a fake label that successfully goes to Britain. That's not possible. Like, look at all these things that are stuck on it. This wouldn't happen if it was fake. If you printed out some kind of fake label, the post office would just, like, not send it, and maybe they would return it to me. I don't know. I hate the thing of, like, some weird thing happened that I couldn't possibly have control over, and I just know they're gonna blame me. Like, this is probably written by the customer. Although they said buyer refuses to pay, like, maybe they would say I refuse to pay, maybe not. I don't know. Man, this is so stupid. This is just so dumb. The thing that sucks about this is if I have to refund this person, it's like almost $300. Oh well, we'll just play it by ear. Okay, some kind of good news here. This person ordered that in July. So a customer can't leave a bad review or do anything past 100 days. We are not quite to 100 days, but at the same time, the fact that they haven't messaged me yet makes me think they're probably not going to do anything. I also looked up some conversation history. They put a note on that order. Apparently it was a coffee cup. They put a note on that order that it needed to arrive in 8 days. In other words, like, they ordered a giant coffee cup, and from the time it was due to ship to the time it was, according to them, supposed to be in the UK is 8 days. And so the reason I know this is I messaged them and saying, like, that won't happen. But then they never responded to me. Oh, the other thing is, of course, the official delivery estimate was nowhere near what they were asking for. So yeah, anyway, the fact that they haven't messaged me after months, after almost 3 months, probably means they're not going to, which I guess is nice. I won't have to refund somebody hundreds of dollars who was really irrational in the first place, well, let's get a quesadilla. You know I'd be getting those daily specials. Where's your Crown King taco? Bag secured. Oh yeah, quesadilla time. Muy sabroso. A little mixed up. Hey, I just want to show you a little something, a little sneak behind the curtain. For the songs, I've been wanting to do stuff with drums. Now I can create drum parts on the computer. I actually did that for years and years. We would create drum parts one hit at a time and just sequence them together. If you vary the velocity and stuff, you can make them sound extremely real. But that's very time consuming. I didn't mind doing it for my albums back in the day because really if you're wanting an optimal result, that's the way to do it. But for these cover songs, I don't necessarily want to go through that much effort. So what I am doing is I'm using a tool we have nowadays, which is an AI splitter. Basically, it can analyze any track and typically separate the drum parts out from the bass parts, guitar, etc. Anyway, sometimes it doesn't work that well. I've messed with it a bit in the past, but I just want to show you how well this thing separated out the drums from this track. I guess this is a sneak peek. This is a song called Earl of Roseland by the band Styx off their second album. This is what it sounds like normally. Now this is what the drums isolated sound like. Man, that sounds so good. See, there were early versions of this sort of thing, but they were never like really good. This sounds perfect, like basically perfect, and especially in the mix is going to sound totally normal. I just felt like showing you guys that because it's awesome and amazing, and it's going to allow us to do like a whole bunch of other kinds of songs. Like I enjoy doing the acoustic stuff, but it'd be nice to rock out every once in a while, and we're going to be able to do it. So there's that. Well, we have our bacon here. Now this is going to be a big, long thing. I think what we're going to do with the bacon, we're going to make this really, really big. To the scale that it's going to be, we're going to cut it in 2 pieces, and essentially what it's going to do, it's going to be the length. Actually, we're going to do it diagonal. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll make it diagonal on the bed so we can maximize the length, and there will be 2 of them. We're going to cut it right in the middle, put the holes in to mount it on the wall first, cut it down the middle, and it'll be a 2-piece print. So yeah, we will scale this to its actual size and then put the holes in the back, and we're good to go. And like that, we split it into 2 pieces. They'll be printed separately, but they connect. They'll be pushed up against each other on the wall with the holes back here. I think what we're gonna do, we are going to make the listing, and we're going to make it so that they can buy 1 piece or both pieces. You know, little half bacon, little full strip, be kind of a nice option. You know, give them a cheaper possibility. Haha, we're slicing the bacon. Silver tuna tonight. Chihuahua of the day. Join the Discord, link below. The 90s were a very optimistic time. It was all World Wide Web, colorful windbreakers, the Olympics, and Looney Tunes merch. So true. There was plenty of bad stuff, but it was easier to ignore then. That deserves an upvote right there. It seems like everybody had the Charlotte Hornets windbreaker, you know, sort of the teal and purple. I don't know why. Everybody had that. Wolfman Crab Arms. I'm going to advocate against TPU wheels. On a Segway, it would be a lot of TPU. That's probably true. And even assuming you get the stiffness right, ballpark on the first try, TPU has very bad traction. Since the Segways constantly adjust on the fly, the slippery TPU is going to make it crank up the torque over and over, causing big power draw spikes. Short term, I'd expect less battery performance. Mid long term, I'd expect dead motors and batteries. Wow. That is a really well thought out response. Oh, here we go. I've been trying to find cheaper, better ways to make TPU wheels for combat robots that don't involve casting polyurethane around a TPU hub for a while now. If you want to see his combat robot, join the Discord. Somebody said something about the AC units. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I've tried to look for anything that's clogged on the outside and I can't find it. So, I don't know. Panda Crew Prince Travis. I think this is a new one. Have you thought about a candle warmer instead of burning the candles? And there's an electronic candle warmer. Yes. Well, I've seen them at the thrift stores before. Typically, you just don't... It's all about the cost with the candles. Like, they have melts there sometimes, but it's just much more common to find candles at thrift stores. So I guess that's why I'm buying traditional ones. I don't know. If I found ones that were like that, I'd probably get one. JP Letty, new Segway wheels will probably only cost you between 40 and 50 bucks. That's not bad. Yeah, it's been forever since I replaced a tire. Maybe they're cheaper now. Last time I had to pay like 100 bucks, but I haven't looked it up yet. My favorite time of day, answering questions and concerns and comments. I've been thinking about this one. The Ian MCE, the Babelfish from Douglas MacArthur's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, highlights what you were talking about in a very, I think it's Douglas Adams. Is Douglas MacArthur the general from World War II? Yeah, so Douglas MacArthur is famous for looking like Bruce Willis. I mean, Bruce Willis never defeated the Japanese, so maybe we should say that the other way around. Anyway, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy highlights what you're talking about in a very ironic way. I'll leave the rest for folks to discover. There are so many ahead of their time notions in that work. True, it is a stone cold classic. Zagabog, I am wondering about the wisdom of a red background for the D4 photo shoot. Yes, I should have used the black one. I don't know why I didn't think of that. We're gonna repaint it, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Shane. I live in Iowa, not Minnesota, only 6 hours away from Paisley Park. Amazing tour. Dude was one of those eccentric geniuses. When I was on my tour in 2012, the one that sign is from, me and the guy I was touring with were in a furniture store for some reason. I really wish I could remember why we would ever go to a furniture store on a tour. It was like an Ashley Furniture. But anyway, this lady, we were just in there. For some reason, we just asked her, like, who's your favorite artist? Music artist. And she said Prince. It was like, she's like 60 years old or something. It was a little bit surprising. And she's the first person that told me that Prince played all his instruments, or at least on some of his stuff, he played all the instruments. So yeah, Prince is one of those people that's kind of more legit of a musician that people typically recognize. Maybe it's just being a pop artist. You just automatically lose some cred or something. XXR Designs 23. How about you use epoxy resin with a syrup transparent colorant to put on the waffle? Definitely would add sauce to its appearance. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what epoxy resin is. I'm sure it would look great though. JP Letty. I like the giant everything. Thank you, sir. Well, let's see. What am I grateful for? It took a good while, but we knocked out the bacon. It's going to be an epic piece of giant bacon. I think the bacon is going to bring home the bacon. We're going full steam ahead on big food. Thanks for coming along with me on this journey. Write down in the comments what you are grateful for, what you enjoy, suggestions, anything you want to share with the class. Join our Discord. It is a very nurturing, edifying community. I will catch you on the flip side, meaning tomorrow. Breakfast without M3 just ain't breakfast. Peace out.
Stay what I need. This blinding adolescence I'm seeing to standing in a moment. What has been is cast aside, frozen there as time rode. I know that you must have died. Light waves surround you. Open up your light. Time to say auf Wiedersehen. Open up your mind. Create me something precious. Find me something free. Empty my possessions. Everything that we through emotions. And we're all going to die. So leave me something precious. Another glimpse of light. Light waves surround you. Open up your light. Time to say auf Wiedersehen.